Most car reviews tell you how a vehicle feels on launch day, a sunny road somewhere in Spain, a carefully prepared press car with fresh tires and a full tank of premium fuel. What they never tell you is what happens 3 years later, when the warranty is running thin, the miles are stacking up, and something goes wrong on a Tuesday morning in the rain. The people who know the truth about that Tuesday morning aren't journalists, they're mechanics. UK mechanics specifically see thousands of vehicles across every brand, every age, every mileage range. They know exactly which SUVs come in once and never come back. And they know exactly which ones they see so often they could strip them blindfolded. In this video, I'm sharing 10 SUVs that UK mechanics say are almost impossible to kill in 2026. Not what the manufacturer claims, not what the brochure promises, what the people who actually fix them when they break say about them. If you've ever bought a car based on a glossy review and regretted it 18 months later, this one's for you. Let's get into it. Before we count down, let me explain what makes a vehicle impossible to kill from a mechanic's perspective. It comes down to 3 things. First, simplicity. The fewer complex systems a vehicle has, the fewer things can go wrong. Simple engines, straightforward transmissions, and minimal electronic dependencies all reduce failure points. Second, proven engineering. A vehicle that uses the same fundamental mechanicals across multiple generations and millions of units globally has been stress tested in ways that no manufacturer test facility can replicate. Third, parts availability. An indestructible SUV means nothing if you can't get parts for it. Vehicles with wide global distribution and long production runs have parts ecosystems that keep them running for decades. Every vehicle on this list scores high in all 3 of these areas, and UK mechanics see the results every single day. Let's start with number 10, the Nissan Qashqai. Now, the Qashqai won't make many people's exciting list. It's not glamorous, it doesn't turn heads. But UK mechanics will tell you something important about the Qashqai. It rarely shows up with serious problems. In the 2026 What Car Reliability Survey, the Qashqai registered only a 7% fault rate among owners. To put that in context, the average across all SUVs is closer to 15 to 20%. When the Qashqai does come in, mechanics say it's almost always for routine work. Brakes, tires, fluids. The e-Power hybrid system, which uses a petrol engine as a generator for an electric motor, has proven remarkably robust since its introduction. The beauty of e-Power is that the petrol engine operates in a very narrow, highly optimized rev range, which dramatically reduces mechanical stress compared to a conventional petrol engine that works across its full rev band every time you drive. Less stress means less wear. Less wear means less failure. The Qashqai isn't reliable, is exactly what most SUV buyers actually need. Number 9 is the Mazda CX-5. Mazda occupies a fascinating position in the SUV market. They don't have the volume of Toyota or the marketing budget of BMW, but among mechanics, they have a reputation that those bigger brands would kill for. The CX-5 uses what Mazda calls the Skyactiv family of petrol engines. These are naturally aspirated units, meaning no turbocharger to fail, no intercooler to develop leaks, no boost pressure straining gaskets and seals. In the 2026 Driver Power Owner Satisfaction Survey, the CX-5 scored in the top tier for reliability. The petrol version registered only a 10% fault rate in What Car's Reliability Survey. Mechanics note that the CX-5's issues, when they do occur, are almost entirely electrical or infotainment related. The mechanical core, the engine, gearbox, suspension, brakes, virtually never fails. What Car testing found that 89% of any faults reported were fixed by a dealer within a single day. That's the mark of a vehicle where problems are minor and solutions are straightforward. Mazda built the CX-5 on the philosophy of designing for longevity rather than launch day performance figures, and mechanics across the UK see that philosophy validated every single week. Number 8, the Kia Sportage. The Sportage has undergone one of the most dramatic reliability transformations of any SUV in recent history. A decade ago, Kia was considered a budget brand that you bought when you couldn't afford something better. Today, UK mechanics tell a very different story. The current generation Sportage, which shares its fundamental platform and mechanicals with the Hyundai Tucson, has emerged as one of the most dependable family SUVs on the road. The hybrid and plug-in hybrid versions have been particularly impressive. Kia's 7-year unlimited mileage warranty is the critical context here. It doesn't just give buyers peace of mind. It creates an incentive for Kia's engineers to build vehicles that don't fail, because failures under warranty cost Kia money. That incentive has produced a generation of Kia vehicles that mechanics see for routine servicing and almost nothing else. The Sportage's reliability scores in owner surveys have climbed year on year since the current generation launched, and its residual values, which directly reflect how confident the market is in long-term reliability, have strengthened accordingly. Number 7 is the Hyundai Tucson. The Tucson is essentially the Kia Sportage's twin, sharing the same platform, the same engines, and much of the same engineering philosophy. But Hyundai brings its own elements to the recipe. The Tucson's suspension tuning is slightly softer than the Sportage, prioritizing comfort over sportiness. And its interior has been developed with a focus on simplicity of controls, which reduces both driver distraction and the number of electronic systems that can develop faults. UK mechanics see the Tucson regularly but almost exclusively for scheduled maintenance. The hybrid powertrain, which uses Hyundai's in-house developed engines rather than sourced units, has proven reliable across high mileages. Where the Tucson loses points against the Sportage is Hyundai's 5-year warranty versus Kia's 7. That's still significantly better than the industry standard of 3 years. And in the real world, mechanics confirm that Tucson reliability extends them comfortably beyond the warranty period without major mechanical drama. Number 6. The Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. The Toyota RAV4 has been one of the world's best-selling SUVs for decades, and the hybrid version has elevated that already strong reputation into something remarkable. Toyota pioneered hybrid technology with the Prius in 1997. That's nearly 30 years of hybrid system refinement. The RAV4 Hybrid benefits from every lesson Toyota learned across those 3 decades. The system is so proven, so well understood, and so comprehensively developed that mechanics who work on it treat it like routine business. In the What Car Reliability Survey, the RAV4 consistently achieves some of the lowest fault rates in its class. The hybrid battery, which many buyers worry about, is covered by Toyota's own warranty for 10 years or 100,000 miles in the UK, and real-world evidence suggests these batteries routinely outlast that warranty period by a significant margin. Toyota RAV4 hybrids with over 150,000 miles are commonplace in the UK, running on their original hybrid battery without any intervention. That is engineering credibility that no amount of marketing can manufacture. Number 5. The Dacia Duster. This one will surprise many viewers. The Dacia Duster is a budget SUV that starts at around £18,000 in the UK. In a list that includes Toyota and Kia, why is a budget Romanian brand in the top 5 for indestructibility? Because Dacia's entire philosophy is built around mechanical simplicity. Dacia, owned by Renault, uses well-proven engines from the broader Renault group combined with deliberately minimal technology. The Duster doesn't have air suspension that can fail. It doesn't have a complex electric drive system with multiple motors to replace. It doesn't have dozens of sensor modules sending data to a central brain that can corrupt itself. It has a straightforward petrol or mild hybrid engine, a conventional transmission, steel springs, and enough electronics to meet safety regulations without exceeding them. In the 2024 Driver Power Survey, the Dacia Duster was ranked the most reliable car in the entire survey. Not just the most reliable SUV, the most reliable car. UK mechanics confirm this in their daily experience. The Duster comes in for oil changes and tires. It almost never comes in broken. At its price point, nothing else comes close to matching it for dependability. Number 4. The Toyota Land Cruiser. The Land Cruiser is the vehicle that UN agencies, aid organizations, and military forces around the world use when they need to be somewhere impossible and get back alive. It is used in conditions that would destroy most vehicles within months. Saharan desert heat, Arctic tundra cold, Central African mud, Himalayan mountain passes. And it just keeps working. In 2026, eCars analyzed over 300 million vehicles and found the Toyota Land Cruiser has an average lifespan of over 206,000 miles. Over half of all Land Cruisers analyzed had reached or exceeded 200,000 miles while still running. iCars gave it an 8.5 out of 10 reliability rating, ranking it number 1 out of 12 in the large SUV category. In the UK, the Land Cruiser is available in 250 series form with a diesel engine that has already proven itself across hundreds of thousands of units globally. UK mechanics describe working on Land Cruisers as some of the most straightforward work they do. The engines are overbuilt. The transmission is conservative in its design. The ladder frame chassis requires almost no maintenance beyond inspection. When a Land Cruiser does develop a fault, it's almost always a wear item rather than a failure. Brakes, tires, fluids, belts. Nothing catastrophic, nothing unexpected. Just gradual, predictable wear that any competent mechanic can address quickly and affordably. Number 3. The Subaru Forester. Subaru occupies a unique position in the SUV market. They've been building all-wheel drive vehicles as standard equipment since the 1980s, long before all-wheel drive became an SUV selling point. The result is that Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system is one of the most developed and proven in the industry. The Forester pairs this with Subaru's horizontally opposed flat-4 engine, which has a lower center of gravity than conventional engines and has been produced in various forms for decades. UK mechanics who specialize in Subaru note that the Forester's mechanical systems are so well understood that diagnosing and fixing problems is rarely complicated. The engine doesn't fail. The all-wheel drive system doesn't fail. The main areas of attention are the infotainment system and some electrical accessories, which is consistent across the industry. The Forester's resale values in the UK reflect its durability. High-mileage Foresters are disproportionately common on the used market because owners keep them longer than they keep other vehicles. When your car works, you don't replace it. Number 2. The Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. The Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid is the oldest surviving model on this list, having been in production since 2013 with relatively limited updates. And that age is precisely why it's number 2. The Outlander PHEV has been on UK roads for over a decade. Mechanics have seen every failure mode it has. They've developed expertise in its systems. Parts are plentiful and inexpensive. And critically, the vehicles that have been running for 10 or more years are still running. The Outlander PHEV uses Mitsubishi's proven twin-motor four-wheel drive system with a relatively simple 2.4-liter petrol engine. The battery pack, which in earlier versions was small by modern standards, has proven remarkably durable in real-world use. UK mechanics consistently report that Outlander PHEVs with over 100,000 miles still come in primarily for consumables: tires, brake fluid, coolant top-ups. The powertrain, which was already mature when most plug-in hybrids were still in development, simply doesn't fail. For buyers who want plug-in hybrid fuel savings with minimal risk, the Outlander PHEV's track record makes it one of the most compelling choices in the UK market. And number 1, the Toyota Hilux. Now, strictly speaking, the Hilux is a pickup truck with SUV credentials rather than a traditional SUV. But in the UK, it is classified and sold as a lifestyle SUV. It carries passengers in 5 seats. It provides genuine all-wheel drive capability. And it has been the backbone of industries, farms, and exploration missions for generations. So it earns its place on this list, and it deserves to be at number 1. The Hilux is so reliably indestructible that it became famous globally for a single reason. A television program tried to kill one. They drove it through floods. They crashed it into a building. They dropped it from height. They put it on top of a tower block that was then demolished. And it started, every time. That wasn't a stunt. That was a demonstration of engineering principles that Toyota has refined over 60 years of Hilux production. UK mechanics who work on farms and fleet operators report Hilux trucks with over 300,000 miles that have never had a major mechanical repair. The 2.8-liter diesel engine is legendary for its durability. The four-wheel drive system is straightforward and robust, and the suspension, designed to carry payload over rough terrain, laughs at normal road use. If you need an SUV that simply will not die, the Hilux is in a category of its own, so there you have it. 10 SUVs that UK mechanics say are almost impossible to kill in 2026. The common thread across all of them is the same: proven engineering, mechanical simplicity, long production histories, and manufacturers who prioritize durability over showroom drama. The vehicles that mechanics fear are the complex, over-engineered ones with proprietary parts, air suspension, and dozens of interconnected electronic modules. The vehicles they respect are the ones that do exactly what they're supposed to do, day after day, year after year, without drama. Buy from that list, and your mechanic will barely know your name. And honestly, that's exactly how you want it. If this video helped you narrow down your SUV search, share it with someone who's currently shopping. The right vehicle at the start saves thousands in the long run. And if you want us to go deeper on any of these 10, drop the model name in the comments. We read every single one.